Gemini, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early to mid August 2026. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we can dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Gemini collective. I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for the beautiful Gemini collective in early to mid-August? It is still Leo season, my good friends. What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, and we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, we'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. So let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for the lovely Geminis out there. For Gemini gang, let's do it. Let's rock and see what we got. We're gonna have some fun today, my friends. There we go. Cool. All right, so this card has a lot of depth to it. Normally the oracle cards are pretty simple, straightforward, but this one does come packed with a lot of depth because it deals with emotional or energetic attachments. That's the huge thing. And not all attachments are bad, right? But this one is strong. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the August subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, back into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about this card. So as you can see, we have this interesting image here. We have this shirtless dude. He's chilling right there, and it seems like there's a lady reaching through the mirror, like trying to connect or touch with him. Now, this can absolutely speak about situations involving distance, and we're not just going to put this in like a romantic connection type of sphere, because it could really be anything. Whenever I see this, I do think like, no, this isn't like that horror movie where someone pops out of out of the window or TV. Like, to me, it seems like people wanting to connect or trying to connect, someone tugging at those energetic strings. And I'm a big believer that when we form bonds with people, whether it's friends, family, sometimes even places, there is this energetic exchange that happens where it's like we send energy that way, they send it this way. It's like I could kind of feel that this person's tugging at me. So in this time, spirit might want you to just maybe pay attention to some energetic connections you have. Are you giving too much energy? Is an energy not giving enough? Is it equal and balanced? Like, sometimes it's good to analyze these things, because that's what this is all about. Like, sometimes certain energetic connections can take a lot from us, but sometimes they're good and balanced. So that's very intriguing that that shows up. So again, whether it's a friend, family member, or even a place where there's like this strong energetic attachment, it's showing up. So we're just going to let it chill right there. I mean, aside from like this potential connection where distance doesn't mean a thing. But let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for the lovely Geminis. What do we have in early to mid-August, please? And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. So it was surrounding communication. The reading itself was titled The Serious Talk. Whether that was coming from your end or someone else's end, it felt like, hey, we got some business to handle. We have some things to square away. So just know this energy could bleed over for a couple weeks, whether it's a talk that you want to have or business you want to square away, or maybe it's someone else that wants to square something away. Like, that could be in play. Or even just serious topics. But we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards for my beautiful Gemini friends. What do we got in early to mid-August? All right. Okay. So we're starting with the 3 of Swords. Not going to get all freaked out about it. It is what it is. And normally this energy does move forward, which is something that I like. Let's get a couple more. Okay, Page of Cups. So the communication, it still seems to be in play with this Page of Cups, which could be good. It's a little softer. A lot of internal energy this week for you, Gemini. Let's get one more. Let's get one more for my good friends. 5 of Cups. Okay. So yeah, this is worth looking into a bit deeper. And again, the sky is not falling, my friends. Remember, this is just an energetic weather report. You're all creator beings, and this energy can absolutely shift. But we want to look at these further. Now, let's go through and start building this out, I'll give you the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into the juicy intuitive stuff. But at first glance, I always like to look at the elements. I feel like that's very important information because it builds a foundation and tells us how things flow, or it just tells us about different areas of life. And there is a good mixture this week, which is a good thing, because we have too much of one element, it could get lopsided. So we got air, very good for you. We have water, and then we have earth. These could be totally different things. Now, when it comes to air, that's your power element. That's your comfort zone. It's cerebral. It's very logical, pragmatic. It's about perspective and opinions, even. It's the suit of information. Whether there's something you want to know, something you're trying to figure out, dots that you're trying to connect, that could all be in play when it comes to air. It's giving or receiving information. That's why it deals strongly with communication. And again, it's logical. It's about the fact of the matter. The downside to air is that, yeah, sometimes it could be a little cold. Sometimes it could be a little detached. It can also overthink. Now, in the center here, we have water. That is also internal, but this one's a little bit different. Whereas this is logical, pragmatic, all about the facts. The water itself is about feelings, intuition, emotions, matters of the heart. That's huge when it comes to this. So whether it's a connection, a person, a situation where there's emotional investment where you actually care about it, that's what this is. It could be creativity as well, right? Like artistic creativeness or just getting energy outward. I normally like water for that. Super intuitive too. So watch the energetic sensitivity. The only downside to the water is that it could be a little wish-washy, right? Just like the tides, it ebbs, it flows, it's up, it's down. So we'll keep an eye, and sometimes it can overwhelm. Here on the back end, we have earth. I like this connection with the water and earth because I always say those two represent abundance to me. But when it comes to earth, we think of results. This is outer energy. So we have a lot of inner, a little bit of outer. And the earth itself, aside from results, it can represent routine. It can represent day-to-day life. It could be money, work, business, finance, home, investment. So all the material world stuff is under the earth suit. And usually it's good and it's stable. The downside to the earth element, it could be stuck or it could feel stuck or it's a very, very slow mover. So let's go through and start building this out piece by piece. Position number one, Three of Swords. So we spoke about the element in depth, and this is a very iconic card. I'm sure everyone, even if you're not familiar with the deck, you've seen this card a time or 10, right? The Three Swords cutting through the heart. Now, this is on a spectrum, just like most cards are. It could be something extremely minor, blip on the radar, or it could be something major. And the Three of Swords could be anything ranging from anxiety, nervousness, pain, I don't want to say feelings of betrayal because that's kind of on the extreme end of the spectrum. It could be brokenheartedness, or it could just be something that's like a thorn in the side, right? You see what I mean? It could be something super minor, or it could be major. We'll just have to see. The fact that it does have the number three attached to it does represent multiple individuals, right? Like ones and twos, that's more one on one. This could represent group dynamics, so like work, family, you name it. Like, so we're going to have to look into this further. The good thing about the Three of Swords is that it's fixable, it's manageable, and it can be a blip on the radar. There's a very temporary nature to it because air energy moves quick. So we'll put that down and we will definitely cycle back on it. And again, this doesn't have to be your energy. This could be someone else's presenting. Someone might be in their fields. Now, moving to the middle, we have the Page of Cups. Nice. The energy does lighten up a little bit. Now, this could be a water sign you're connected to, so Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio doesn't have to be. Pages usually represent youthfulness. They could be children or people that are younger than us. The Page of Cups, as with all pages, could represent students and messengers. So we're learning something. But this one's a big talker. This one does do a lot of chatting, a lot of yapping. So there could be something conversational with this Page of Cups. And normally this is an energy that wants to get something out. Where there's something I'm feeling, I want to say it, right? Like emotional connection is huge with this page. I like pages because they represent energetic potential, very similar to the aces. So we do want to circle back on it. What's the downside of the page? There is energetic potential, but it's not guaranteed, right? Since it's such a fresh, young type of energy, it's like, okay, that looks good, but I still need to pay attention and see where it goes. It's like one of those. So we'll see. And sometimes it could even suppress things. Now, the one that I really want to keep an eye on here is this Five of Pentacles. And we'll split it between material stuff or personal relationships, because they do show up different. We see these two people, they are thrown out in the cold. They don't look like they're having a great time. So obviously this can represent problems, situations, uncomfortable feelings. There's something about this energy that's longing for something or someone, where it's like, I wish I could do this, or I wish I could handle this, or I wish I could see this person. There's something being missed. So whether that's you or somebody else, there's like a homesickness when this card shows up. It can also represent feeling isolated, right? And that doesn't always have to be a bad thing. If you're in hermit mode, just doing your own thing in your own lane, Five of Pentacles could be it, where it's like, no, I don't want to do any group things. I'm okay here. I'll stay in tonight. This is one of those cards. On the extreme end of the spectrum, the Five of Pentacles could represent abandonment or feeling abandoned. So this is something we do want to look into even further, and watch out for money issues, budget issues when this card is here. So I want to dive deeper on all of this, Gemini. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here. What we got for our Gemini friends? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Three of Swords. And yeah, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Gemini, you can drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, Three of Swords. Good. Yeah, that's difficult. That's difficult. All right, so we have the Devil in the upright here. This could be Capricorn energy. For those few of you that are connected to Capricorn or may have Capricorn placements due to the goat symbolism, right? Now, the Devil is a very firmly in place type of energy. That's why normally when I see it, I'm like, oh, this might be something that's been lingering for a while, or this could be an issue, problem, situation, whatever label we want to put on it, where it's like, there's something about this that's not new. So even if it is new, it could tie into some sort of cyclical behaviors. Now, again, I'm not saying it's you. This could be somebody else that maybe, they self-sabotage sometimes, or I've been dealing with this thing for a long time. It's like an ache and pain. Um, it lingers. That's the thing that I see here. Now, we still need to see how the energy moves forward. The Devil could be so many different things. Now, when it comes to money, work, business, especially with the Five of Pentacles, the Devil deals heavily with the material world. So again, just watch out for issues with work and career, co-workers, especially with the Three, because it could be like, oh, this person or this thing, this situation's making my life harder than it should be. So there could be a difficult situation or problem showing up here. We'll see how it plays out. I'm not going to just pinhole the whole reading, but there's just something about it where it seems to linger. So again, whether it's the situation itself or something you've been dealing with for a while, or just something that seems to fit an overall cycle where it's like, okay, well, every time this happens, this is the result. It's like I'm on a hamster wheel, or someone is. Let's keep going. We're going to go in on the Page of Cups. We're going to see how the rest of it plays. Yeah, definitely watch out for like certain interpersonal connections though, like with the Three and the Devil. It's like, let's see what the Page of Cups has. So why is that page here? Okay. This is very comforting. That's the one thing I like about it. And talk is nice, right? Sometimes talks, communication, that's good. But sometimes we want action to back up that talk. And I think that's something that needs to be kept in perspective in the short term. We have the Knight of Swords in reverse underneath this Page of Cups. Now, that is one of your power cards showing up in reverse. So, like with the page and this, it's like, oh, no, calm down. No, everything will be all right. There's a certain soothing effect I'm picking up here. So whether it's someone that you're trying to soothe, maybe someone's going to try to soothe you, that's just how it's presenting to me. But in combination of all the stuff I have up here, it's like, okay, those are nice words that you're saying, but where are the actions to back it up? I've had people say nice things to me in the past, and this is what happened, right? Like it's an energy where it's like, show me. Show me. Don't just tell me. You need to show me. I think that's super important. And that could be part of an overall important warning in this time, where, there could be a person, a thing, or a situation that says all the right things, or says all the right things, makes you feel comfortable, and that's great. I'm not saying you need to be skeptical of every single person in the world, especially if you're good at feeling out vibes, but it's more about the actions. Do the actions back up the words? That's the important thing with a variety of situations in this time. So we're going to keep going. We already have the difficult situation, and I do have this energy that's like reassuring and soothing me, but I want to see the action to back it up. That's just how I feel reading this. Where it's like, okay, that's nice, but let's see it. Let's go in on the Five of Pentacles. Let's see what's up. Seeing is believing, my good friends. Let's see what's up with the five, and we'll do a quick little recap before we get into the shadow. So, what is going on here for my beautiful Gemini friends? What do we got? Thank you. Okay. And so we have the Six of Cups in reverse underneath this Five of Pentacles. That does seem to be an energy that pops back up. It seems to be like an epidemic in most of the zodiac over the past few weeks, where there continues to be certain energies that seem to circle back, that seem to pop back up. And it does happen throughout the year. I've been doing this a while. I do personals all the time. It does happen from time to time. And I think you may have had this in recent weeks already, where there's like either certain cycles that repeat, certain things that pop back up. You're not the only one that's been getting this often. The Six of Cups in reverse is either one, especially under this Five of Cups, somebody's still trying to work through something or come to grips with the past. Because the Six of Cups, aside from soul ties, soul connections, conversation, it's a card of memories. It's a card of history. Not as new as this Page of Cups. This is history. When it's in reverse under the Five of Cups, it's like, okay, same old thing. Or it's like, okay, the energy came back. Okay. I mean, I don't necessarily feel like it's a bad thing. Maybe there's someone wishing or hoping to reconnect with you, or maybe there's someone you're wishing and hoping to reconnect with. That could be possible. I don't want to put a whole bunch of negativity into the energetic potential, because it can swing in a positive way. But there is this energy where it's like, okay, all right, here we go again. So watch out for a variety of different things popping back up or returning, whether it's situations, cycles, or even individuals. That's how it feels. Like, oh, I missed you so much, Gemini. All right, if you missed me so much, why didn't you talk to me? It's like one of those, too. I know that's super random. So we got some things here. Again, these could be other people's energies. I don't necessarily think it's like treacherous, but I think there should be some caution with whatever it is that you might be dealing with. Let's go through and do a quick recap. Then we'll get into the shadow. You have a variety of cycles here this week. So if you kindly look in the box, position number one, we have the Three of Swords with the Devil. Not so new. So I already mentioned whether it's a situation, a cycle that someone might be in where it's like, okay, it's like a self-sabotage thing, or it's just the same thing where it's like, I've seen this before. Watch out for problems or difficult situations that just seem to always happen. It's like that. Moving to the middle, we have the Page of Cups with the Knight of Swords in reverse. There's something about that that I find very soothing, very comforting, very reassuring, which is good. But at the same time, it's like, I want to see the actions to back up the nice words. So watch out for people making promises in this time. Watch out for good salesman types where it's like, okay, those are nice. That'd be nice, but let's see it. I want to see it. I don't know why it's coming through that way. We get to the back end, we get a whole hodgepodge of stuff, right? We got the Five of Pentacles, Six of Cups in reverse again with the cycles, again with things potentially popping back up. Oh, I missed you so much, Gemini. Like kind of something like that. But I would just watch out for things repeating in this time. That seems to be a big theme, especially this week, but even for a lot of people in recent weeks. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. And yes, I always like to pull a shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge, they could be a good thing. So let's get you one. And yeah, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments down below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. All right, let's get this going here. What do we got for our Gemini friends? What is in the shadows? Cool. Three of Wands. This is a wait and see type of energy. So the Three of Wands is normally really good. There's like this energy of anticipation with it. And again, we have another three like we have here. Now, Three of Wands is like, all right, something's on its way. Something's coming. And you see this person, they're waiting by the, or this octopus rather, they're waiting on the seashore watching those boats come in. So that's good. If you're highly sensitive to energies and you have a great intuition, maybe you sense some things coming in, which don't necessarily have to be a bad thing. Just know there's a strong heightened sensitivity. But this energy is a wait and see type of energy, like we saw right here, where it's like, all right, those are nice words. Let's see the action. Let's wait and see. So there could be a variety of different things where spirit might be saying, hey, slow and steady, Gemini, wait and see, wait for the proof, or just the wait and see is the main thing I'm picking up here. In its worst case scenario, the Three of Swords can also represent someone that feels like they're wasting their time. So just watch out for that, especially with the other stuff we've seen. So we're going to leave it at that, Gemini. That's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the August subscriber surprise. If you would like further insight on your situation or you'd like to have a chat with me, you can book a personal session with me on my website, mastermetaphysics.com. The August calendar is up and spots go quick, so you might want to check that out. But for the August subscriber surprise, we're doing another winner's choice. I will choose 3 winners at random to either choose the Dreams of Gaia Tarot, which is an absolutely stunning deck, or one of the custom made crystal pendants from my website, mastermetaphysics.com. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the cards that showed up in your reading today, which one intrigued you the most? Which one caught your attention and why? And you put that in the comments, you'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab / post tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.